Hi, it's Tracy here. I wanted to chat to you today about sabotages. Do you know how you decide to do something really amazing in your life and you start doing the process? So if you're manifesting something, you do the decluttering, you do all the steps, you do positive affirmations, you're doing all these really amazing things, and you start seeing results. Do you remember the model of the mind that I showed you and why I do deep somatic work? Go back and see if you can find that video. Or I do the model of the mind, and it shows the subconscious mind, the conscious mind. Then we talk about the generational mind, and then we talk about the body. And in that model, I showed you that there's a point where you start doing things and it's going really well, and then you come up against the wall, the edge. And to get to the other side, to get to the success, you have to take some kind of big risk, is what I was taught. I don't think it's a big risk. I think it's a big piece of healing that has to be done. Because what that wall is when your sabotages will come up. And oh my God, do I know this one well. And what happens is when your sabotages come up is there's a part of you, and this is why I work somatically. So when I say we need to change the body first and then the mind will join the game and the party. And this is how I work differently. Do you remember how I've talked in the previous videos about there's your present day self, and then there's the inner child or the traumatized part of yourself. And there's a reason why you haven't easily done what it is that you would like to do towards your goals, whether they be relationships, financial, physical, like career driven. It doesn't matter what your goal is. The reason that you haven't reached your goals before is not because you're hopeless, not because you're a bad person. It's not because of any story you've been telling yourself whatsoever. It's because of some healing that needs to be done in your life. So we come up and we are going, I'm going to think positive, I'm going to think positive, I'm going to think positive. Here's our little inner child that is separate from our psyche, that has a trauma from our childhood, that has stopped us from making this goal previously. And this is what happens in a visual way. I start thinking positive, I start doing all the things that I need to do, I'm taking really great steps, and then all of a sudden I come up against a wall and something happens and I sabotage myself somehow. And I can work with you to figure out what your sabotages are. So it might be that you get sick, business is starting to build, you're starting to get stuff and you get really sick. Or that it just doesn't work for you, the next step doesn't work for you, and so then you dive into this place of depression or whatever it is that happens for you. What is happening when you get to this stage? This one here goes, you can't go past this wall. This wall, we are safe on this side of the wall. This is what we know. We're going to stay in this pattern, whether it's a trauma pattern, whether it's a pattern of habits that you've had for a very long time, which is really just a trauma pattern anyway, destructive things that you do. We can't get to this space because over this space we have to do some deep healing. And you and your present day self can't get to there by yourself. You absolutely cannot do it, because guess who's left over here? Yeah, this one's left on the other side of the wall, and you can't jump over here without first doing the healing here. You do the healing here, do the deep work, and you go back through the steps. There's no wall anymore. And you can actually move to the other side to be able to achieve your goals. So that's one of the reasons why we sabotage ourselves. And when people are talking about different things, they're talking about triggers, they're talking about sabotages, they're talking about all these things that we do. This is what it relates to. There is a part of your psyche that is separate to you, and you need to do, if you want to achieve whatever it is on the other side, you need to do the healing to bring your psyche back together. And that is something that I love supporting people in doing. It is something that I've been doing for myself for many years and for hundreds of clients over the years. And no matter all of the new things that I learn, this is something that I always come back to, because it is the absolute foundation of healing. So if that's where you're at in your journey and you would like to experience this, please shoot me a DM. Or you can book with me via the website very easily. It's all there ready to go at tracymalone.com.au. And I really hope that I can support you.